So hi everyone, today I'd like to talk about the Epson EcoTank ET 3760. I was actually able to beta test this recently, and it's one of their newer EcoTank systems, so this was just an overview of the box. The box includes the printer, of course, an easy start guide, inks, because this is actually a inkless printer or cartridgeless printer, and the power cable. It was supposed to come with an installation CD, but mine didn't. I actually just downloaded the software from the manufacturer's website. So this again was just an overview of everything that was included in the box. And the printer is a very nice size. It allows you to copy, print, and scan. And you can also connect devices to it, and you can print with an Ethernet cable or a USB cable as well. So it has a LED screen or LCD screen. It isn't a touch screen, however. And this is just to show you, again, the overview. That's the little tank indicators. And this is the paper jam for the back of the printer. And that's what it looks like when you remove the little sleeve. And this little video just shows you how easy it is to open. You just pinch the little levers and you basically pull upward. And then when you're done, you snap it back into place. So overall, the printer is a decent size. That's to show you the power cord. I'm sorry that photo came out so dark, but this is a better one. So it shows you the little power cord cable and the Ethernet cable and the USB cable. You can't fax from this machine. Once again, it just does copy, scan, and print. And that's the feed tray. You can, I think it has a feed tray of up to 30 pages, if I'm not mistaken. This, again, just an overview of everything to show you what it looks like. It is a decent sized printer. As I mentioned, it's fairly large, but it's still kind of compact in its size. And the feed tray offers an adjustable paper little sleeve. And this is what the scan bed looks like. And it's, again, it fits a decent size, 8 by 10 normal size paper. And this is just to show you the paper tray. That's where the paper actually comes out to, and just more components of the printer itself. This printer, since it's cartridgeless, I guess it would do like an electrostatic printing. Again, this is to show you where the ink goes, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. So each ink is individual. It has the black, the cyan, the magenta, and the yellow. And again, this was just to show you the tray. And this is the paper tray itself. The paper tray actually accepts standard paper, photo paper, and legal size paper. And as you can see, it also offers the adjustable paper little holders for different size paper. And that's what it looked like on my shelf here in my room. So as you can see, it's a decent size. That was to show you what the LCD screen looked like when it's on. And it does have a touchpad. The next photo shows you all the directions. I actually borrowed that from the PDF information. So it is a little complicated. It has a start and a stop and an on and an off and all the other indicators. And this is how you fill the ink. So basically it's a gravity feed. There will be a small amount of ink that'll be left in the bottles when you're done. So you have to go through a process once you start to set up the printer. And it electrifies, I guess, or electrostatics the little print heads. So you can add a little bit of ink at a time, or when it's done, you can add extra ink, the little bit that's left in the tray. So basically you go through all of them. And as you can see, this is a side view of it. So if you have it on a desk where you don't have anything next to it, you can actually see that there's still ink in the tank. And this was to show you the bed, the trays, and the scan bed, of course. And this was to show you that it does fit a normal size paper. And this was to show you that it does have a feed paper jam. And this was to show you how to print from the computer, because you can use a USB cable or a Wi-Fi. I set up the Wi-Fi because it was just easier for me. And so basically this was just kind of walking you through the last few steps. And this was to show you what it sounds like when it prints. It's not extremely noisy, but for some people it may be. And this is just to show you how to power it off. So I will be back shortly. Stay tuned. So, hi everybody. As I mentioned, I'm talking about the Epson EcoTank 37 ET 3760. Sorry, I forget the name of it. But I wanted to show you guys what the little ink bottles look like. As you can see, there's still a little bit left in this one. So, as I mentioned, what it does apparently is it does a, I guess it's like basically an electrostatic printing. The printing is very clear. I'll show that to you guys in just a second. But what you do is when you actually start to set up the printer, you have to go through all these prompts. So the setup may take between 10 to maybe 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour, depending on what all is required. Actually, installing the printer is fairly quickly, but again, setting it up in terms of doing the Wi-Fi and stuff like that may take a little time. And then once you set up the printer itself, it does take a little bit for it to go through the electrostatic, that's what I think it is anyways, the electrostatic process to charge, because that's what it says when it pops up. The little message tells you that it may take 10 to 15 minutes for the print heads to charge the ink. So it goes through like this whole little motion of it going ahead to engage the print heads and I guess start to process the ink itself. So it goes through and it prints off a fair amount of pages. So this is all the prompts that it goes through, like when you're in the process of setting up the printer. So it was basically like a congratulations page, and then it gives you a little print form, basically with like little lines and stuff. And then it goes through the color patterns, and it just kind of keeps going from there. More line tests. So it's about 6 to 8 pages roughly. And then this one was basically, I think, like shade variations or gradients. And then the last page just gives you a whole basic sheet of approval. So basically it gives you all of this stuff, and then I'm covering up the bottom half because the bottom half has like your IP address and stuff on there to make sure that it's connected to the Wi-Fi. So again, it's about 6 to 8 pages of things that it prints off once you're setting it up. So all in all, the print is very clear. I was happy with it. Again, I did receive this this product complimentary for beta testing from Epson, and I'm very thankful for that, by the way. And it's very nice. I'd never tried an EcoTank printer before, or what they consider to call like the tankless printers. So it takes a little getting used to. The inks, as you can see, you can actually buy them individually if you run out of one particular color, or in the bundle. According to my research, I think these were a little under $20 US, and the black one, of course, is always a little more expensive. But the colored inks were, I want to say, like $17, maybe a little over 20. Don't quote me for that because it's been a little bit since I looked up all the information. But I did add the direct link to Epson, and I did add a link to Best Buy and Amazon as well. According to Epson, it retails for $399.99 US, but prices will vary by retailer, of course. Overall, it's not a real heavy printer, but if you are going to leave it where you're going to leave it, I would think that it would be fine. I like this size. It's fairly, for being a all-in-one printer, it's not extremely huge. So it's kind of compact in a minimalist kind of form. Again, this one does not offer a fax feature, but it does offer an Ethernet connection. I'm not too sure what that would be for, but I assume if you want to directly connect your Ethernet to the printer, you can, or if you're trying to connect an Ethernet cable for printing. It also does have a an app that you can use as well. I haven't tried it, so I'm not too familiar with it, but it does have an app that you can download if you want to print from devices to your printer. You want to connect, say, your smartphone or a tablet or something to the printer, and you can print that way as well. Overall, I'm happy with it. The only con I had, well, 2 cons I had, was that I wish the LCD screen was a touch screen, because that would be a lot nicer. And I wish you wouldn't have to press and hold the power button to turn it on, or press and hold the power button or have to go through the prompts to say, yes, you want to turn off the printer. The printer does have a sleep mode, which is good. And it has stuff that you can set up through the printer interface as well, but it does have a sleep mode. Again, it's fairly simple. The only con again is that it doesn't have a touch screen, so you have to kind of use the arrows to do the prompts and then press OK, and then press whatever else you need to do to get your task done. Other than that, I didn't really find any real issues with it. It's like I said, I'm not printing a lot, but when I am, I found that the printing is clear. It doesn't have any smudges. I haven't had a paper jam yet. I used photo paper and I printed off a picture and it printed fairly well. Sorry, I'm hunting through all the papers that are next to me. So for photo paper, it printed off pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, it was decent. And it does have options if you want to change, for instance, if you want to change paper types, like for example, if you go from plain paper to a photo paper or some other specialty paper, it does have that option when you print. As you saw, printing from the network was fairly easy. I don't have an issue with it. It connected to my Wi-Fi fairly quickly. The only thing that I didn't like is that, again, when you connect it to the Wi-Fi, you can't really do it from the computer. You have to do it from the touchpad on the printer. So you have to manually input all of your Wi-Fi, basically your Wi-Fi code and all of that, your password and everything, and your modem number by hand. So that is kind of tedious. But all in all, I was really happy with it. So I have added the information in the description below to Epson, and I have added, again, the information for Amazon and Best Buy. So thanks a lot, Epson. This was pretty cool. So have a good day, everybody. Bye.